Well, welcome to the Youth Business Launch, and I'm sure that there are quite a number of youth who are interested in the film industry here in Uganda. Well, today this is your chance to know more about the success and the impact of the Uganda film industry. If you are a youth out there and you enjoy acting, you want to be an actor, you want to be an actress, well, there is so much you can learn from this episode. There is so much that you will learn and that won't make you stay the same. I believe that hosting today one of the famous actors here in Uganda is an opportunity to learn their milestones, to learn the breakthroughs they have achieved, to learn their challenges that they have also gone through. And I believe that you will not stay the same once you watch this episode. And I believe that if you're an actor out there who has that urge to be part of the Uganda's film industry, there is a lot you can learn. And as I said, I have an exciting and interesting guest with me, Mr. Alan Katongole, one of the famous actors of those who could have watched Sanyu and so many other films here in Uganda. He has acted in quite a number of films that, of course, you must have watched. And I believe he's going to share with us quite a lot of stuff that could be helpful to guide you and mentor you and coach you in how to be a better actor, how to be a better actress, and how to make it in the film industry. You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of this, Mr. Allen.
Well, it's a pleasure. It's an honor for me to be here and interact with the youth, about this kind of thing. So I'm really excited.
Good, perfect. So as I said earlier, we have quite a number of youth that are actually interested in the film industry. They actually love to act, They actually feel they were born to act,
Yeah.
But then they still lack access to people like you who could actually mentor them and coach them to be better. How do you think we can close that gap?
Well, first of all, before someone thinks about acting and being in front of a camera, you should know one thing, that you should know what it takes to stand in front of a camera, and don't waste people's time there. Because every shoot or every set that I've been to, it's on time, you get. So one thing I would advise anyone out there is that first get the skill. When you get the skill of what an actor should be doing, and you have all this knowledge in your head, it would be very easy for you to get a role. And it's so easy for someone to spot you out. People usually share monologues on social media, on their socials, their statuses. That's a way of marketing yourself out there, because some producers or some directors don't know where these people are, or casting managers. But other than being on the social, and then they see something like that, and it all comes if you're so good sometimes, or maybe you have God's favor that someone picks you, like how they did with me. So I believe that most people want to join the film industry, mostly the youth, because of the thing called unemployment. You get. Unemployment has pushed people to now look at the film industry as the new fresh thing that anyone can get into and earn a living. Because right now, film actors, film directors, crew, or whatever you do, people now have been, they're being paid on a daily, like a monthly salary, you get, which was way higher than before, you get. So you find that now the jobs are in the industry, but now the people to take them up are not yet skilled enough, which if they took them on, everything will still be mediocre, and then the industry will be as it was before, and no one will have interest. You won't be able to compete on the global, market and all that. But if you find people who are well skilled, they've gone to classes of acting. I didn't go to a class of acting, but I trained myself.
Yes.
You get. I trained on the job, but I'd done this experience before. I knew I was first as a musician, and then I went into dancing as well. You get. Then I was a commercial model. All these things really helped me express. Exactly. They contributed to where I am today as an actor. In that you find that an actor you're going to do so many things. You're going to cry, emotional performances have to be there, physical performances like fighting, or you have to be aggressive, you have to be fit. So most people come and the role they would do, you're not fit enough to do it. You don't look a certain way to do it. You haven't taken care of yourself. You don't eat so well. You know, you're always drunk, or sometimes you can. So all these things sometimes contribute to people not getting into the industry and ease their way in.
Mr. Alan, you talked about skills. And now I just want to know, what are those skills and competences specifically that someone must possess to actually be a good actor or an effective actor? Because you mentioned someone needs the right skills, you just need the skills. But for the purpose of our viewers, is it possible for us to highlight those skills and competences, those specific skills and competences that someone must possess to actually become like you right now?
Yeah, and you know, it comes to how far an actor is looking to go. You know, skills like you need to be well spoken, like English. How well do you execute lines? How do you pronounce words of English? You get, because most times you're going to do many movies that are going to go on an international market, and you have to be well spoken. You can't look like you don't know what you're saying. You understand? And the other thing is, be in front of the camera all the time, on your phone, look at yourself in the mirror as you do these things, so that you get used to looking at yourself, or knowing where your body can, what your body can do in front of the camera minus looking at you. So when the camera looks at me, I know it's looking at me, but I can't see what is there. I already know my posture, I know how I'm seated, I know what is going on with my body. So you should know your body language as well. So the other thing is, first of all, we need to have gone to school as well. You get
Literacy.
you need to be literate to be able to read, because we read script, and most times you must be very good at taking instructions, because the director is going to change how the scene was going in a split second. It'll be like, no, today you're crying, don't cry. Give me another type of emotion. And you should know these things. You should know how to cry. You should know how to laugh. You should know how to be angry. All these emotions, your face should know all these things. You get. So how many things am I saying? I'm talking about being spoken. I'm talking about body language. And the other thing is, when you're acting, you're going to stand in front of a crew. And as you're acting, it's going to look like no one is there. It's just me and you. You understand? So you should, you know what they call camera shy? I think those are the things you should leave out of the door when you come into acting.
To the
because you're going to be like, these people are not there. There's something I call the fourth wall. It's a skill I use when, let me say, there are too many people on set and I can't concentrate. What I do is I block out the fourth wall. So when we go to a theater, we have this wall here, we have this wall here, and we have the background. So this wall here is where the performance takes place, and we are the people who view. So what I do, I close this door, and I be in the four walls with the person I'm acting with.
But then how do you close them? Is it an imaginary kind of state?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to practice these things. You just close them out. You just dive into the character and whatever is going on in the scene, and forget everything that is outside you. Forget that everyone or someone is standing in front of the camera or someone is doing this. You just forget it's just you in these four walls and the person you're acting with. You get, I call it the fourth wall. Yeah.
I believe, Alan, that confidence is another competence that actually being an actor or an actress is key for any actor or actress. Confidence is very key. And I believe that very many young people still lack that kind of confidence to stand in front of camera and actually, do what they have to do. If someone is passionate about acting, they should carry the confidence. But then they still lack that confidence. Many youth out there who actually love acting still lack that confidence. And I believe that they lack that confidence because they still do not have mentorship, they still do not have coaching, they still do not have trainings. And I believe something should be done from the film industry in Uganda carried on to the youth who actually lack that kind of confidence. What do you think should be done in Uganda to actually promote people's confidence, especially for those who are interested in acting?
Well, confidence comes with knowing what you have to do, and knowing comes through research and study and experience, years of experience. Right now, Abe Muchibi will not quake in front of a camera, because he's in front of a camera in the morning, he's in front of the camera when he comes on set, he's in front of the camera when he goes back to do his other things. So it's something you do every day that it becomes part of you. You get, and this comes through knowing things. When you know that this is my camera, this is my guy I'm acting with, the director is somewhere there. Anytime I'm acting, but I keep an ear to the director. He may shout, "Don't do it! Don't slap him! This time, let him go!" Yeah? And you have to be ready to hear and interpret everything he has told you in a split second. So that's why he said literacy sometimes is good. So we also need the government to come out and put up film schools. You know? I know many people, many agencies out there have put up acting classes. You know, students go and they do these classes. They pay money for them, but at the end of the day, they don't provide them platforms on where to go, maybe to show up this to experience whatever skills they have learned along the way. So the thing is that we need the classroom and we need the platform after the graduation of the classroom, because you may find that not the entire majority of teens are going to act. No, most of them are going to go into crew as directors, as DOPs, as continuity or gaffers. All these things change along the way. So you should know where you fall, and you should be flexible most times. Because I love acting, but I want to venture into directing right now, because there's a certain picture I had before I joined. Before I started acting, there's things I had in mind, and when I got on set and Matthew was doing these things and directing, I fell in love with it. So you may find that you're not only going to do acting, but you're also going to do some other things on set sometimes, just to keep the money coming in. That if you don't get a role, you're going to get a job elsewhere on a set to be a sound person or gaffer or director or something like that. So we need to teach these people these things. The knowledge has to be out there. I think more directors should come out and maybe educate in these schools or classes that happen around during.
We actually, even if I would give an example, yesterday when the national budget was being read, the government did not even actually, think about such industries, and yet we have graduates who are coming from universities, and then they have been taught for 3-4 years. I don't know how long it is taught, but then people are taught how to act, how to be a good actor for 3-4 years. They graduate, and then they now go to the streets, and I do not know. Are there organizations in Uganda, for example, if I may ask out of courtesy, that actually offer placements, internships for such people, for such youth who are leaving universities, And then what kind of initiatives or programs could be done to support those kind of people who leave universities, schools, when they have learned so much about acting, and then they do not have that stage or that platform at the end of it all?
Well, I would start to say that the number of graduates could be big, but again, the places of vacancies are very limited. Given that the industry is just growing, money is just starting to come into the industry. So I believe that I've seen most companies, for example, I've seen Nawiso Films employing, bringing in interns who have studied with DSTV and all that. They come and intern, and then when you develop that skill, then you start getting paid. You understand? So I really appreciate that there are some people out there who are doing this, but they are very few because the workload is not that much to do. There are not so many companies that are well established to bring in interns, and then after a period of time, then they start paying them. They are very limited companies, you get, and maybe it's because that the currency or maybe the income in the industry it hasn't grown that much for people to start building up companies that are going to employ people monthly, getting salary and all that. So I think it should be an initiative of the government to come through, you get, and maybe support the industry. And because we have so many people who are unemployed, I know so many youth who have come to me in search of a job, but I can't help them because I literally have one job under one person, and even if I try to help someone, I can't help everyone. So who is going to help the other surplus? It should be strategies that have been prepared. It should be faculties that have been built for even people who have studied, now get the knowledge and now stay in the faculties and still teach the people that come in. In that we can get more experts along the way. But that's the thing, we just need the government to intervene in this kind of situation because we really have a limited number of people employing people into the industry.
Talking about the government, what do you think on a scale of 0 to 10 preferably, what do you think is the current state of the film industry when it comes to economic development?
I would say 5, 6, you get, because compared to where it was before, I would say that it has really struggled to get where it is today. You understand? That give an example of how Bibao used to look way back before, and now look at the current soaps that are on TV today that represent that and the quality. You get? So sometimes it comes with the growth in technology. You get people can't acquire the certain equipment that's supposed to give you the good quality picture that you get. Is expensive, you understand, and people don't have the knowledge to run. Even if they had it, they don't have the people who are skilled enough to bring out that. So most times I think it all comes down to the work we're going to produce as an industry. You get that it's going to push the industry to go further as it goes. And also the other thing would be, how can I call it, when I want to make where if someone got money, it would die in their family compound. And,
So they should actually come as a community.
They should come out and build up more ways how people can grow to the level they have also grown to. You understand? So basically that.
Well, I believe that, of course, there could be quite a number of challenges that
very many challenges
that the actors in the film industry today are facing, and even the film industry itself is facing. So just a quick synopsis of what those challenges could be, and how do we address them as a nation?
Well, number one, as actors, I'm going to speak for actors, you're going to be rejected on many occasions. You go to this audition, you're rejected, you sit home and wait for another audition to come through. So that time lag will kill you as an actor. You'll be depressed as an actor. You'll be like, am I even for this? Was I born to do this? Because why am I sitting at home doing nothing? You understand? There's always a long span in between we get jobs. I got my first job in 2014 as a doctor in Second Chance. Then in 2016 is when I did 27 Guns. Then 2019, I got Sanya. So you look at the time lag.
Time lag, yeah.
If I really did nothing, I would be sitting at home doing nothing, depressed. You get, taking some sort of drug or something, or waraji, just to kill myself, something like that. So these things happen in the industry. Like, if you're going to base yourself as an actor, be ready for that, for those kind of the drought that you're going to face in between roles. You get. And the other thing is, we haven't gotten to a place where actors are paid that good money, like for the role you have done.
And you feel like, you know what, I should do this for a long time.
You get. We haven't gotten to that stage as well. It all comes with the finances in the industry, and sometimes, you know what happens to finances. People take this, so you're going to face many challenges. If you've come to thrive, trust me, it's going to take you a while. It's going to take you a while. You need to know these skills. And secondly, you're not only going to be an actor. I'm going to tell you this, if you want to thrive, you're going to take on another skill. And of which this is going to take personal initiative. You'll be like, if I'm going to sit home, no, let me go and boom, swing, boom. So that as a true person, you get some money. You get. So all these things. And sometimes the finances they get for projects are not enough to cater for everyone. So you may find some categories of people on set, let me say actors or some good people will get not quite good money because the finances are never enough. And this also brings to low production levels. Picture is not good. Ugandans are not going to buy into the picture. Globally, you're not going to compete. So the global market also is there. The work is there. So Uganda, we are facing a challenge of hitting that mark as well, of which we are facing so many things as technology. The machines we have sometimes can't execute what Hollywood is doing. You get the people to run those machines and all these things. So it's quite so many going on.
But how do we address it? How do we address this kind of
Well,
problem?
I think, number one, the government should intervene. Because as an industry, it has been here long enough.
You know, it's so funny, I was seeing how the government is supporting musicians. They came up with a foundation. Is it a foundation, a federation? A federation. And that supports them, you know, in terms of protecting their copyrights and everything like that. And I think, I don't know why this has not been done for the acting.
Yeah, and under which what they are doing, it took so long to happen. It should have happened a long
time ago, yes.
Because right now, the years we're in, people have developed, countries have developed. So you will find that the government needs to come in now. The copyright, there's too much piracy going on. That you will do a movie today, and also you will find it somewhere in Kamocha, and you don't know how to get it, which you are not even earned anything from it. And the channels too. We only have Palm Magic right now, doing the good work. You know, local channels, we don't know what sometimes goes in there, but they are doing a good job when it comes to local talent. So we need to upgrade that. The government now, or maybe sometimes it's also the initiative of TV stations, because we do this content for Ugandans. Ugandans are supposed to watch it. So most times we can only show it on DSTV, which is paid for, and how about the people that can't pay for that? So the local channels sometimes can come through and cater for that space that remains, perhaps.
Wow, great. For those that have been watching this first session, I believe that you have learned quite a number of things that Alan has shared with us on how you can become an effective and better actor for yourself. I believe as we come back, he will share with us his story, his personal journey when he was becoming an actor, what did he encounter, all those things. We shall look at them as we be right back. Thank you.